Hello, loves. Okay, so today, starting with my eyes and a bare face, I'm going to prime my eyes using MAC Pro Longwear. I'm not sure which shade this is because I have a few, but like always, I will link everything down below in the description bar. And then going in with Scotch tape, I am going to take a little, like 1-inch piece, put it on the back of my hand, peel it off, put it on the back of my hand again, and peel it off once again. This is just to make sure it's not super sticky and harsh. Then I'm going to put this on my eye, lining it with the lower lash line up towards the eyebrow, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other eye and try to make them as symmetrical as possible. Then taking my Morphe Favorites palette, I am going to go in with this Morphe shadow in the shade Deep Skin. I'm taking a large blending brush and I'm going to apply this all over my crease and lid area. This color really is not going to show through at the end because of how dark my eyes ended up being, but that's okay. It's still a great transition color to start out with. Once I'm finished with that, I'm taking this shade, it's called Creme Brulee, with a Sigma E40 brush, and I'm going to blend this all in the crease area just like I did with that first color. Once again, this is just a great transition shade because you don't want to go straight in with a super dark shade from the very beginning, so I'm just layering these colors to help give them some dimension and build up the color instead of going straight in with a black. Next, I'm taking this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, and I'm going to apply this all to the lower part of my lid. I'm basically keeping this in the middle lower part of my lid at first, and then I'm going to take a large blending brush and blend this all in, and I'm going to start by blending downward. Since black is a very harsh and unforgiving color, you want to start out slowly and blending downward as opposed to upward because you don't want your eye to get dark too fast. Next, I'm taking another blending brush, going in with creme brulee once again, and I'm going to blend this in the crease just to help both of that black and that creme brulee color blend together, and so it won't be as harsh in the crease where it's transitioning from black to dark brown. Now I am taking a flat shader brush and some MAC Fix Plus and just dampening my brush a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with this NYX prismatic eyeshadow in Fireball. This stuff is gorgeous, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, wait till you see how pigmented this is. I'm going to begin by packing this on the lid in the very inner corner, and that's where I want it to be the most intense, and then slowly work its way outwards so that it's almost like an ombre effect, so it goes from that deep copper gold color into the black. Next, I'm taking that crease blending brush that I just used before I went in with that shadow, and I'm just going to blend in the crease area once again just to make sure that there are no harsh lines and everything is just blending together and smoothly transitioning from dark to light. And now on to the other eye. Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same steps to the other eye that I just showed you guys, so I'm going to skip through this pretty quickly because I don't think you guys want to watch me do the same steps all over again. And now for the fun part, removing the tape and revealing those crisp, sharp lines. Okay, so I guess my camera was not recording when I applied my primer, but today I used the Smashbox Redness Control Primer. It's the green primer. And then I'm going in with L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I've been loving this foundation. I've always loved the L'Oreal True Match foundations, but lately I've been really into the Lumi. It's so great, especially for a drugstore foundation. Like, even if I didn't know it was from the drugstore, I would still say this is probably one of my top favorite foundations. And I'm just using a Sigma F80 flat top kabuki to buff this all over the face. Then for concealer, I'm going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the color Medium Custard. I'm applying this under my eyes in triangles, just like I always do. And then I'm also going to be going in with the MAC Prep and Prime Highlighting Stick in Light Boost. I'm going to apply this highlighting stick under the eyes as well, but I'm also going to apply this on the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin, just to lighten up other areas of my face because that Loreal True match is pretty dark, and I did not want my whole face to be just super dark and tan because, as you can tell, it did not match my neck. Now blending everything in with a damp beauty blender, like always. Now taking the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and a tapered highlighting brush, I'm just going to set under my eye area and a little bit around my nose. This is just to help from creasing throughout the day because I do crease under my eyes and I do tend to get smile lines right there above my mouth, kind of by my nose, but that's the only place I'm setting with powder. Next for bronzer, I'm going to be going in with this Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion, and this is in the shade 351. I mentioned this in my last video as being one of my favorite Lumi glowy bronzers, and I think it's actually growing on me and becoming one of my just favorite bronzers in general. I'm taking a Morphe, I think this is actually a blush brush, but I really like it for contouring because of the angle, and I'm just going to warm up the face by applying this a little bit to the hollows of my cheeks, the apples of my cheeks, my forehead, and a little bit down my chin and neck area. I'm also going to be taking this little, I'm pretty sure this is actually a concealer brush, but I really like how thin it is, and I'm going to take a little bit of that bronzer and contour down the sides of my nose just to give that more narrow, slim nose effect. Next, I'm picking up this Morphe E4 blush and my Morphe 9B blush palette, and I am going to take this middle shade that's just super light and pale and gorgeous for the fall, especially whenever you have a dark eye going on like this and you don't want something super, super like pink or orange. So I'm going to take this and apply this a little bit to the apples of my cheeks. Then I'm going to be taking a flat definer brush, going back into my Morphe eyeshadow palette with the shade Creme Brulee, and I'm going to apply this to the lower lash line, starting from the outer corner, working my way in, but keeping it the darkest on the outer corner. Taking an angled flat definer brush, I'm going to go back in with that NYX Prismatic eyeshadow in Fireball and apply this also to the lower lash line. I'm not going to apply as much of this as I did Creme Brulee, but I just want a little bit in there just to kind of tie the whole look together. Once I'm finished with that, I'm going to take this other brush, no idea what the name of this brush is or even what to call it, it's just super stiff and does a great job of buffing everything out and making sure it's super smoky on the lower lash line. So my camera was not recording while I applied my falsies, I guess, but I am using the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara for my lower lashes, and then I went in with Ardell lashes in, I believe they were 110s. So then I'm going on to highlighting, and I'm using the Carli Babel palette, and I'm using these two middle shades. I'm mixing them together. I'm going to apply these to the apples and tops of my cheekbones, down my nose, and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Next, with this really small precision brush, I'm going to take the lighter of the two highlighting shades I just used and apply those to the very high points of my brow bone. This is a gorgeous brow bone highlight. These highlighters are just gorgeous in general, and they're so freaking pigmented. Like, I cannot get over how awesome this palette is. And for $12, like, you can't beat it. And lastly, for lips, I'm going to be mixing two ColourPop lippy sticks together. The first one I'm applying is Bichette, and then the second one is Lumiere. And after that, that pretty much completes this look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this because I really enjoyed making this look for you guys. So please subscribe and comment down below. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see. Bye! So touch
be touched by you.